Hello everyone, today I solve a new problem from coplanar forces. For your kind information, my English is very weak, but one of my subscriber sent me a problem and request me to teach him in English. So I try to teach him in English. Please don't do any negative comment for my language. If you have any doubt, then you can ask me on comment section. Okay, now go to the problem. তোমাদের মধ্যে যদি কারো মনে হয় যে অঙ্কটা কাদের তোমাদের প্রয়োজন আছে কিন্তু বাংলাতে প্রয়োজন আছে তাহলে অবশ্যই কিন্তু আমাকে কমেন্ট করে জানাবে। বারবার বলছি কেউ আমার ইংলিশ ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজের জন্য কোনো বাজে কমেন্ট করবে না। এটা আমার একজন সাবস্ক্রাইবার বলেছে, রিকোয়েস্ট করেছে ইংলিশে করতে, তাই আমি চেষ্টা করলাম সম্পূর্ণ ইংলিশে করার জন্য। তোমাদের কোনো প্রবলেম থাকলে বা যদি কারো মনে হয় যে অঙ্কটা বাংলাতে প্রয়োজন আছে তোমাদের, অবশ্যই আমাকে কমেন্ট করে জানাও, আমি কিন্তু অঙ্কটা বাংলাতে আবার করিয়ে দেব। ওকে, here the problem is that if forces PQR act along the lines x equal to 0, y equal to 0 and x cos alpha plus y sin alpha equal to p, then we have to find the magnitude of the resultant and its line of action. Okay, at first we have to draw the lines. In Cartesian coordinate system, we draw the lines. This is x axis, this is y axis. X equal to 0, that is the y axis, we know that, and y equal to 0, that is the x axis. This is y equal to 0, and the line x equal to x cos alpha plus y sin alpha equal to p. This line something like that, x cos alpha plus y sin alpha equal to p, and we know that here what is alpha and what is p. Here we have to draw a perpendicular line from origin to the line this. Suppose that this is the perpendicular line, that is this angle is 90 degree and the length of this perpendicular is p, and this if we rename it as m, then OP makes an angle alpha with the x axis. Okay, and the point M coordinate is p cos alpha comma p sin alpha. This is the line. Okay, now we have to find the magnitude of the resultant. For this we have to at first separate these forces along the x axis and along the y axis, then we got the resultant. Now as the force P act along the line x equal to 0, then we can now we erase this line. Okay, P act along the line x equal to 0, that is the y axis. Okay, and Q act along the line y equal to 0, that is in this direction. We suppose that Q act, and we direction this triangle as anti-clockwise. This is our x equal to 0 line, this is y equal to 0, and this is the suppose this is 1, this is 1. Okay, now P act along the line x equal to 0, that is here P act in this direction. Q act along the line y equal to 0, that is Q act along this direction, and R act along the line this, that is along the line 1. Therefore PQR act along this. Okay, Now here we got all the direction for our forces. Now we have to separate these forces along the x axis and along y axis. For this we have to find the component of the force R along x axis and along y axis. If we draw the line R, suppose this is R. Okay. From this triangle, suppose we rename it O, A and B. Then from the triangle OAM, we got the angle. If this is O and this is A, this is M, then the angle MAO or OAM is 90 minus alpha. As from the triangle, if you draw the triangle, something like that, that and this is 90 degree, this is alpha, that's why this is 90 minus alpha. This is O, A and M. Okay. Therefore, we got the angle MAO or OAM equal to 90 minus alpha. Now, we have to find the resultant of R along the x axis and along y axis. If this is along, okay, we try to draw in another color. This is the resultant along y axis and along x axis. This must be R cos 90 degree minus alpha, and this is R sin 90 degree minus alpha, that is R cos alpha, and this is equal to R sin alpha. Okay. Now we got all the forces along the x axis and along the y axis. Now the solution. If you understand these all things, then you can easily solve the problem. Now force along x axis, say capital X, this equal to Q act along the x axis, therefore Q, plus here the resultant R sin alpha act along the x axis, R sin alpha, but the direction of the R sin alpha is towards the origin or towards the negative x axis, that's why we take the negative sign. Okay. Q acts along the positive direction of the x axis, therefore we take the positive Q, but the resultant of R sin alpha act along the negative x axis, that's why we take the negative in front of R sin alpha. Now force along y axis, capital Y, say equal to, along the y axis the force P act, but this is along the negative y axis, that's why we take negative P. P acts along the negative y axis, that's why we take negative P. Also the resultant of R cos alpha act along the y axis, which is the direction of the r cos alpha is positive y axis. Therefore, we take it as positive r cos alpha. Okay. We got the forces along x axis and y axis. Therefore, the resultant, our question is the magnitude of the resultant. Therefore, the magnitude of the resultant is root over of x square plus y square. We know the value of capital X and capital Y, which are the forces along x axis and y axis. Therefore, put the value of capital X and capital Y here and solve it. Q minus r sin alpha whole square plus minus p plus r cos alpha whole square equals to root over of q square. We use the formula of a minus b whole square. Therefore, we get q square minus 2r q sin alpha plus r square sin square alpha. From this, we get plus p square minus 2pr cos alpha plus r square cos square alpha equal to root over of, if we add this r square cos square r square sin square alpha plus r square cos square alpha, then we get r square, because we know that sin square alpha plus cos square alpha equals to 1. We know that. Okay. We use the q square plus p square plus r square minus, from these two part we get minus 2r into q sin alpha plus p cos alpha. Okay, this is our result, because sin square alpha plus cos square alpha equal to 1. Therefore, this is the magnitude of the resultant force. Now, we have to find the another part, that is its line of action. For line of action, the formula of the line of action is the equation of the line of action is g minus small x into capital Y plus small y into capital X equal to 0, where small x and small y are the coordinate of along x axis and y axis, and capital Y, capital X are the forces along y axis and x axis. In previous, we find the value of capital Y and capital X. Now, we have to find the value of g. What is g? Here, g is the moment about origin, where g is the moment about origin. Okay, and we know that moment equal to force into displacement. force into displacement. Therefore, G equal to force into displacement. Here we got three forces. They are P, Q and R. If we draw the picture again, then we saw that P acts along the y axis, Q acts along the x axis and R acts along this line. But for the moment G about origin, we have to find force into displacement. Here displacement is the perpendicular displacement from the origin to the line. Here we see that the force P and for the force Q, the lines are passes through the origin. Therefore, the displacement from this two line to the origin becomes 0. Okay, because these two line, that is y axis and x axis, passes through the point origin. Therefore, the perpendicular displacement from this two line to the origin becomes 0. Therefore, the only force here is R. For this force R, we got the moment. Now, force R into displacement, that is the perpendicular displacement from the origin to the line. We know that the perpendicular displacement from origin to the line x cos alpha plus y sin alpha equal to P is P. We write this here. Therefore, force is R and the displacement is P. Okay. Therefore, G becomes R into P or RP. This is not cross product, this is only product, simple scalar product, that is RP. Also, we have to find the direction of R. For the moment, we are very careful about the direction or about the sign. It will be positive or negative. How to see that it will be positive or negative? You think that you put a compass on the origin and try to draw a circle along the direction of R. Okay, I change the color for your better. Okay, you imagine that you put a compass on the origin and try to draw a circle about the line that about the line this or about the direction of R, not this line, about the direction of R. Okay, when you put a compass to the origin and try to draw a circle in the direction of R, you find that something like that. Okay, that the direction will be anti-clockwise. For the anti-clockwise direction, we take the positive sign. If the R, the direction of the R becomes this, then we draw the circle like this, that is clockwise, then we have to take the sign negative. But for this problem, we take the sign positive because the direction of the R rotate in the anti-clockwise. Okay, therefore we got the value of G. But now we easily got the equation of the line action. Therefore, if this is equation 2, therefore from 2 we get Rp minus x into y. What is the value of y? Capital Y, this is minus P plus R cos alpha, minus P plus R cos alpha. plus y into capital X. What is X? We got this here, q minus r sin alpha. Q minus r sin alpha equals to 0. Okay, this is our result. So here we have done our problem complete. Hope you understand this. If you have any doubt or problem, then please comment me